our data is in Power BI. So once you import your data from whichever source and you take it to Power BI, it's normally stored in this area. So this is the interface of Power BI. So here you will find these are the common data sources. So for example, if your data is in Excel and you want to import it, you can just click. So these are kind of the data sources that are very common. And when you want to transform your data, you want to do data cleaning, you just click here and then it will take you to Power Query. It will take you to another kind of interface. So this interface, is what we call Power Query. So let's allow it to load and then we Power Query. So it allows you to do data cleaning, like removing of columns, changing of data types, removing of duplicates, transforming of data, checking the data type, removing of the data type, and then you come. So you just click each and every table and then you transform it based on the format that you want. So for example, if you want to remove this column, you can just click here and then you right click. Yeah, so the that changes will be recorded in this area. So if you want to undo the changes, so for example, I've deleted the unit price column, so I want to revert back my column, so I can just click on this star button and then I get back my column. So there's different functionality that will help you do data cleaning, but for now we'll not focus more of the Power Query. So after that, after you've done your cleaning, you've make sure that your table is in the right format. You've done the data cleaning. You will click on close and apply. So once you click close and apply, it will take you back to Power BI desktop. Now it will take you to this Power BI desktop with the data. So it takes you to this Power BI desktop now with cleaned data. So we clicked here, we've gone to the Power Query, we've done the cleaning, and then we've done all the sort of transformation, and then we've clicked on close and apply in the interface of Power Query. So once you click the close and apply, it will take back to this Power BI desktop. So in Power BI desktop, so there's also this function. This one is for a refresh. So for our case, we use Google Form to input our data, and then we pull data from the Google Sheet into PostgreSQL. So for us to receive, for example, if I enters data in Google Form, it will not be taken automatically to Power BI, especially from the fact that we've used import mode. So since we've used import mode, the data will not be automatically be taken to to Power BI automatically. So we will have to keep on refreshing. So once we keep on refreshing, our let's say our data or data visuals in our will reflect the updated or data that has been pulled from the Google form or to Postgre and Postgre to Power BI. So here is the data visualization area. So here we're going to use these charts to build our visuals, and then here is for formatting all these visuals. So if you want to change color, if you want to make your format, your title bold, all sort of things, you'll just click here and then it will give you these let's say capabilities that will help you do all kind of transformation. And then you have this table view. Table view is for viewing your table. So for example, this is I've highlighted this one, and we can see this is the table structure of our public Google form. If I want to view this one, the table products, I can click here. And if you want to view the product, the table customers, I can click here. For calendar, I can click here and I can view, and to ensure that the to ensure to it's more of like confirming whether the data is correct, or the table has the correct kind of data. And then now we can go to model view. So model view, here you will now build relationship among facts table and dimensional table. So before we build this dashboard, before we build this relationship, we need to understand some few concepts. So one of the concept is facts table. So in general terms, data modeling is the process of building the relationship among the table for our analysis. So for us to build this relationship, we need to understand. First of all, we need to understand, because this relationship we are building among facts table and dimensional table. We are building relationship among facts table and dimensional table. So for us, we need to understand what is this facts table is all about. What is this dimensional table? So we have facts tables. So facts table, they contain the transactions data. When a customer do a transaction, it is stored in a table. So this table that contain this transactional data or events, it is called facts table. It mostly contain measurable data like the quantity, the total amount, the profit, all those kind of quantity data, measurable data. And dimensional tables, these they store descriptive attributes. For example, like you can see something like product customer. It gives more information about customer. So it's more of like, so it has this descriptive aspect on it. Also, one of the easiest way to know that whether a table is facts or dimensional is that Dimensional, most of the time they are very small in size, while fact table, most of the time they are very large in size because they contain the transaction of every now and then. And also dimensional, they contain what we call primary key. So that means in dimensional, for example, customer dime, for example, at this table, customer dime table is a dimensional. Therefore, it contains primary key. Primary key is the customer ID. That means customer ID is unique in this table. So this table cannot contain customer ID that is duplicates. So customer ID is very unique in this table. And then products dim, we have product ID will act as our primary key. So that means in this table, there's only unique product ID to each product. So, and then we have date. So this date will act as our primary key because it contains unique dates from, let's say, where the organization started up to the final day, or the, let's say, today, if the organization still exists. So now, so primary key, when it's in dimensional table, so customer ID, when it's in dimensional table, we refer it as primary key. And when it's in facts table, we refer it as foreign key. Same to product ID. So product ID in dimensional table, we call it primary key. So it's the primary key of this table. And when it's in this transactional table, we call it foreign key. Yeah, so I hope that one is clear. Now we will going to so I think a primary key and foreign key, these are now clear. And then we have three category of model. So our model is so we have three category of model, where our first model is star. It's called star schema. Star schema is when dimensional tables, they are directly connected to facts table. So customer dimensional is connected to facts table via customer ID. So customer ID here is our primary key, and it is referenced by foreign key, which is customer ID in this transactional table. And then we have dates. Date is our primary key, and it is referenced by date in this transaction table, the Google form, the main table. And then we have this one. So the dimensional tables, they are directly connected to facts table. So this one we'll call it a star schema. Facts table and dimensional table, they are directly interconnected. Yeah, so that one is clear. So you can see facts table, facts and dimensional tables, they are directly interconnected. And then we have snowflake schema. So snowflake schema is where, so let's assume let's say customer dim table doesn't have a column that is that can be connected with the facts table, but it has a column that can be connected with dimensional table. So for that case, we will connect this dimensional table, this table, we're going to connect with the products, the dim products, and then dim products, we will going to connect it with the main facts table. Therefore, this table, the customer table, will not be directly connected with the main table. So in that case, we normally refer that kind of schema or that kind of a model as snowflake schema, where some of the dimensional table, they are not directly interconnected with the main of the facts table. Yeah, and then there's another one. There's another one for yeah. So this is the facts table where some dimensional, they are not directly interconnected with the main table. And then we have, so these are some of the cons and pros and cons. Yeah, and then we have Galax schema, where multiple facts table sharing dimensional table. So you have two facts table, and dimensional tables, they are interrelated with this facts table. So for example, a dimensional table, this dimensional table, it has data ID. So it can share the data ID with let's say data ID from this one and this one. So it's, so in short, multiple dimensional table share dimension tables. As you can see, the relationship is among facts and dimensional. So multiple facts table, they share dimensions table. So that one is clear. And then you have the relationship many to one to many. So this is the most common kind of relationship, where, for example, here we have this one. So we can click one of the relationship. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see one to many Google form is the one that contains it's like if you want to track your transactions, your transaction from, let's say, from January, that means you will take your product, your ID, and you refer to all transactions that you did from. So that means your ID will be one, and then the transaction that you did will be many. So the relationship will be same ID, but it is being referenced to different kind of that is many to one. And then you have many to one, and then we have single, and then you can make this relationship to be active, considering that we are we are building the relationship using a correct column. So after that, we can just click save, and then so after we've built our relationships, so basically building the relationship, you normally drag, for example, customer, you will drag to customer ID, and then you will build the relation. Product, you will drag product to product ID, and then it will be connected, and then you will make sure it's active and it is single. After that, now is when now we're going to build DAX formulas. So we've built our relationship among the tables. Now we're going to build DAX formula. So let's meet in the next video as I explain the DAX formulas.